Hello everyone and welcome back to Invincible guarding the globe. Today I will be going over the new best team in the game for you to use and you to build so that you can have the strongest team possible in the game. Now again, this is my opinion, so if you do think otherwise then please leave a comment down below. But if you do enjoy the video today then please leave a like and subscribe for more. Thank you for all of the support on the previous videos and welcome to all of the new subscribers. It's been absolutely amazing, so thank you guys so much. It's been absolutely great with all the support, and yeah, hopefully enjoy this video today. Now yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So as you can see here, I've got quite a few high level heroes. I've been playing this game for some time, I think since day one, to be honest. And yeah, with some new additions to the game, I thought it would be good to update the team that I think is the best. I did a video on this about a month ago, and with the new additions I think there might need to be some changes to that. So without further ado, let's get into it. So about a month ago I made a video explaining what I believe to be the best team in the game, and that was Nissa, Krieg, if I remember correctly I think it was Omni-Man, Krieg, sorry, yeah, Anissa, Conquest, Omni-Man, Krieg, and Blue Suit Mark. Now, this is still an incredibly strong team. Very, very good. Lots of damage, and just, yeah, an incredibly strong Viltrumite team. However, there has been some additions to the game. I definitely think that the Viltrumite sort of meta is maybe coming to an end, but it is still hard to say, and they are still probably the best in the game. There have been, with the new additions, a lot of changes made to be anti-Viltrumite, and this is good, but some of the new heroes, for example, because they are new, there hasn't been enough time for them to be properly built up to the same sort of level. So there would probably be two changes to this team that I would say. And that would be the removal probably of Omni-Man and Invincible. Again, they are still strong, and if you have that team, then you know you're still going to do very, very well. But the undeniable truth of Thragg needs to be said. Thragg is the latest hero in the game, Viltrumite obviously, and the leader of them. And he obviously within the show and the comics probably is one of the, if not the most powerful character. That translates extremely well into the game, and yeah, he is very, very strong. All of his abilities are incredibly powerful, and he obviously only just came out, but I can already say he will definitely be top 3 at least in the game. If we have a look at the abilities here, his main ability does a huge amount of damage, reduces their attack and silences them, as well as pulling in all the enemies and pushing them, which would help with the Anissa partnership. His passive as well increases his HP with any Viltrumites present in the battle, so not only on your team but also on the enemy team. And if there's any coalition of planets members on the enemy team, he applies a confusion, and at level 15 the confusion is against 4 random enemies for 3 seconds. Now 4 enemies at the start of the battle is crazy good, crazy powerful. His next ability, he increases his dodge stat, which is a new addition, I believe. I haven't seen it before, where he just has like a chance to basically dodge attacks. I don't know if there's an exact animation in the game, but it's more just a case of he won't get hit by that attack. And gains a 1% attack boost for every 3 seconds of HP, 3% of HP missing. So he increases his damage the lower HP he gets. Again, he can call in Viltrumites to strike enemies, reducing their defense. And then his bottom ability here turns him into an AoE damaging machine, where his basic attacks have at level 15 100% chance, so with every single attack, unleashing a cone-shaped shockwave in front of him, dealing 100% of his attack as damage. So basically his attacks will not only hit the enemy in front of him, but any enemies around that, and obviously as well critical hits create a larger cone, so he can do an enormous amount of damage, and without a doubt deserves a spot to be within the best team here. So Thragg would definitely be instant choose for me. And next up, it's difficult to say. Again, Blue Suit Mark, Omni-Man are very strong. Shapesmith is also incredibly strong. Universa as well is easy to acquire in the shop and is incredibly powerful AoE damage. However, I also think the new addition of Space Racer needs to be said, as Space Racer is very, very strong. It's difficult to say if he's better than Universa or not. I think he does some things differently than her. Universa is very good in PvE and GDA ops, but from the looks of it and using him myself, Space Racer is very, very strong as well. His main ability, the Infinity Ray, deals a lot of damage, but the main part of that is at level 15. Any enemies below 25% HP, so 1/4 of their max HP, are instantly killed if they get hit with this, which is incredibly powerful, especially against heroes like Alan, Shapesmith, these heroes that are very difficult to kill and will often stay around that low HP threshold but not die. This immediately will put them down. Additionally, and this is the reason why I included him in this team, his passive, he increases his attack at level 15 by 9% for each Viltrumite present on the enemy team. So this doesn't include your team, but any Viltrumites on the enemy team, he increases his attack. And as I said before, Viltrumites are probably in at least 1 or 2 in every single matchup you'll be playing against, especially PvP and arena, and so this will increase his attack exponentially. He also increases the Coalition of Planets allies defense by 12% each time an enemy dies. Now, within the lineup, I didn't include any Coalition of Planets allies. If you were to include one, then it would probably be Alan instead of Conquest, because Alan is still a strong defender. It's just, I think the Viltrumite synergy, and especially for Thragg, and also just Conquest himself, is too strong to really worry about this with Space Racer. So yeah, again, a very strong passive. His next ability allows his damage, his shots to go through the enemy team and hit enemies behind them. Which is kind of in the same way that Universal works, where it's AoE. At level 15, obviously the first hit is 100% damage. The second, or any enemies behind that get hit, is 35%. So it's not a huge amount, but it is still good. And then also, if any enemies are stunned and this shot hits them, if they are 15% of their max HP or lower, they instantly die as well. So he's got 2 insta-kill abilities, which is why he is incredibly strong. And his last ability here, he, at the start of every battle and every 20 seconds, or whenever he kills an enemy, he moves to the furthest available cell, ramming through as many enemies as possible. So he basically dash across the battlefield, dealing damage, and if you and stunning them for 1 second. He also then, at level 15, applies a burn damage over 4 seconds to them, which is very useful because it may not be a lot of damage, but if they then die to that, he'll then zip back across the battlefield, again dealing that damage. So again, very powerful for that. And so that is why I think that this team here, let me just add them in, this team here is the best in the game with these new additions of Thragg and Space Racer. They are just too good to ignore, and I still think that Anissa holds up, Conquest holds up, General Krieg holds up. And this way, if you do run this team, you have 4 Viltrumites, so the Viltrumite synergy and boosts from, you know, Krieg, from Thragg onto himself, Anissa, all work incredibly well and actually boost each other. And then also having the Space Racer on your team means that any enemy Viltrumites work to his advantage, and he gets the boosts on those. So I'll just run a couple games with this squad here. Now, obviously, I haven't been able to build up Thragg or Space Racer to the same level as, for example, my Anissa and Krieg and what's his name, Conquest, but I can run a few games here and we can just sort of see how they work. One thing also to note is that just like in the show, Thragg has a sort of slap attack where he backhands the enemy, and this actually pushes them back and triggers Anissa's dash through ability. And this is very interesting because it's not like a actual ability of Thragg's per se, it's just built into his attacks. So in terms of getting Anissa up and running, you don't really need, I guess, anymore the Agent Spider that you used to, because Thragg just does it with his normal attacks. And yeah, that is incredibly powerful and very cool actually. So yeah, as you can see here, I mean, it's difficult to sort of see Space Racer and Thragg actually do much because my other heroes are so strong, but maybe in this next battle or so we'll be able to see it. And yeah, I think this this meta change definitely changes things up, and I think the sort of anti-Viltrumite pro-coalition of planets meta is maybe coming, especially if we get like a tech jacket. But I think, especially with them being a lot of new heroes like Space Racer, they don't have as much time to then be upgraded, as I say, to the same sort of level that a lot of people have these Viltrumites at. And even though Thragg is new as well, I know a lot of people, if not everyone, went very in on his event. And yeah, as you can see there, he slapped Monster Girl and Anissa dashed through him, dealing a large amount of damage. So yeah, this squad is mighty powerful. If you're starting out the game as you know, someone who's quite new to the game, then if you do have the option of sort of choosing who to upgrade, as if you haven't upgraded anyone in particular that far already, then yeah, this team will definitely do you well if you can get the copies. Now, again, if you are new to the game, it might be difficult to get the copies of this, just because you won't have that higher level shops or materials or resources, and also because these characters are also only available in the like limited time events and stuff. For example, Thragg's recent event was available only with, you know, Space Racer and him being in that, and actually everyone in this team. So yeah, I think for Worlds Beyond has definitely sort of solidified itself as a force of nature, and yeah, this team will do very well. Now, obviously, this is my current team. It is still very strong, and even if you have something like this, you'll be doing very, very well. But I think with Thragg and Space Racer, they definitely deserve to be put into any team if you can. Again, Universa versus Space Racer, it might be too difficult to tell. It might be the case that you're better off with a Universa than a Space Racer, but yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you think about this team, if you have any different options that you would change around. And if you have enjoyed today's video, then please leave a like and subscribe for more. I've got more content coming soon, so look forward to that. And thanks again for all of the support in the previous videos. It's been absolutely amazing. And yeah, cheers and see you in the next one.